Hello, everyone. I figured, what the hell? Nothing better to do. Might as well come on here and just bullshit. And hope my audio is working. Yep, it is good. Might as well come on here and just bullshit. So come on in and enjoy the bullshit time. Shit, it's like I just thought. Hey, Wendy O. Nody D. WTT. Miss Joe. Alex. Hey, Balance. Bless your heart. Yeah, I had to mute it. My bad. Hawk Lynn. Anybody is welcome up on panel. Find something to talk about. My two bagels. Oop. We can talk about boobies, fun bags, twins.
Get her done.
We talk about rednecks' boobs, how big they are. Hey, redneck.
How's it going, Odin?
Going good, man. So, what do you think about that cop being fired after reporting a bad cop?
I personally believe it was fucked up that he was fired.
I believe it was fucked up too. Huck, when you gotta unmute your mic and your camera. There you go. I'd like to see him run for chief of police.
My mic is unmuted.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I would too, Odin. But from what I saw on the video that not know maybe later did on a follow up video that cop did, he was saying that it's basically a governor's order, so he can't even be a cop in the whole entire state of Washington ever again.
They fucked him over that bad. Excuse my language.
If I was understanding what the guy was saying in his video, yeah.
What the hell is that?
Oh yeah. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see it. I'm gonna go back and read the article.
Yeah. Well, I saw a couple of videos that were posted, and yeah, they're threatening to take away his ability to be a cop in the state of Washington.
All because he was a whistleblower. Okay, who's
Yeah,
calling?
because he refused to take down the video.
So what happens to his First Amendment rights? Shouldn't he have the same rights as we? Redneck.
Yeah, he should. And from what he said in his follow-up video, which I'll share the link with you on Discord, but he said at first he got all kinds of calls from his department, hey, great job, we support what you're saying, all that stuff. And then a few hours later, it just went completely 360 and it said, hey, you need to take the video down.
So it probably made somebody in his local area look bad. And they didn't like it, so they got rid of him.
Yeah,
That's what-
basically.
That Doctor Who's putting me in a trance.
Can you hear me?
Right? Yeah, I can hear you.
Is that one better?
Yeah.
Oh. Holly Fucktard said Batman, the cop was apparently on duty when he made the video. So what would that go against policy?
That'd probably gone against policy. Yeah, wouldn't you want your cops to be honest and straightforward with you? If you were the chief?
Oh yeah, I would. I mean, he got commended for it, didn't he? At first.
Yeah, first he got commended for it, and a few hours later, he got a call back saying, hey, you need to take it down. And I think he even said that it was some kind of a policy violation, but he wasn't sure which policy he violated.
Well, if I could be was here, he would know, probably would know what policy it might have been, or example of. But if he's off duty, he should have the same rights as we are. I mean, off the job, let me put it that way.
Well, when he did the initial video, he was sitting in his squad car unit, so I'm going to assume he was on duty.
Yeah. But it's still fucked up. He should be allowed to use his exercise his First Amendment right, as long as it ain't doxing the person he arrests or threat of violence against anybody.
Exactly. And he said that he was even, when he was told it might be a policy thing, he was thinking, okay, maybe it broke our social media policy. Maybe it broke the policy about displaying our weapons in our vehicle, that might be a security thing. He couldn't figure out what policy actually broke.
The governor probably wanted it reelected again and didn't want bad publicity from a cop out and another cop.
Could he take this to court?
Probably could. Will he win is a different story. Hey, RC.
Well, it's getting some attention, that's for sure. He's got a lot of First Amendment auditors and other people sharing that video, making it go really viral.
Yeah, you got Let's go ahead.
Well, Odin, I know down here in Dallas, we have a shortage of cops, so he can always come down here and probably get a job pretty easily.
Yeah. Well, hell, you could go up to Oregon and get a job.
But
Or
have
down-
a shortage of judges too.
Or go to California.
About to have a shortage of judges in Texas too, because there's all these judges are about to find themselves on the wrong end of the Supreme Court here.
Well, Hawkwind, I hope one of those judges' named is Clay Jenkins, because he needs to get the hell out of Dallas County.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on that list. Him and Moy. You see that? You see that? News 8, that Channel 8 guy sitting there supporting him and what he was doing. Turns out they're really good, really good friends.
Nope, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, he thinks it's terrible that that woman opened her business up so that she can make money for her family, and her hairdressers can make money too. I bet you really ticked him off when Ted Cruz went in and got his haircut.
Well, hell, when Clay Jenkins did that, cease and desist order against her and put her in jail for not, abiding by it, even Governor Greg Abbott said, you was wrong for putting her in jail for that shit.
Yeah, but he came short of sitting there saying release her.
Well, yeah,
It's a
but
good
at
thing he
least he stood
clarified it,
up
though.
and said you was wrong.
Well, it's not that he clarified what he meant, but still, he should have had a release. Should have had to go to the Supreme Court, Texas Supreme Court, to get a release.
True, and that's the second time Clay Jenkins stepped on the governor's toes and pissed the governor off.
I think Jenkins is an elected official. Unless they do a recall, you can't do anything about him except just wait for the next time the county position comes up for election.
Well, I don't know if this is true, and I don't know how I go about researching this, but I have heard that he might have one of those lifelong positions, meaning once he was elected, he don't have to give it up unless he decides he wants to retire and he don't want the job anymore.
Not true. He can be recalled.
Oh, okay.
Any elected position can be recalled or impeached.
So you guys can impeach governors?
Yeah, you can impeach a governor. You can recall a governor. State Louisiana did it with one of theirs once.
I believe if
Over,
you
you seen that movie Blaze?
Yep.
Has Newman in it. He was facing the same thing because of that hooker.
Yeah, I remember that.
you can recall a mayor too, couldn't you?
Yes.
Maybe
See,
some chief of police, depends on if they're elected or not.
It depends. I mean, you have to start the process, which is a recall order signed by the constituents of the state. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
Well, when it comes to the police chief here in Dallas, it's not a elected spot. It's just a job that's given to somebody. But the sheriff is a elected official.
Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people losing their jobs after this quarantine crap is over. I mean, I've been stopped by and questioned by at least four different cops since quarantine came down, and I tell them all the same thing. It's not a law; it's a guideline. If you think you're gonna put me in jail, go for it. I wouldn't mind living for the rest of my life in comfort.
I could see wearing a mask in a store to protect the other people, but yet everybody has to wear it, even the cops, even the cash register, everybody, even the mayor. Hell,
But
even the
that's not an
president.
enforceable law.
Not a law,
Well,
more like a request.
Well, Odin, even when they came out with that directive here in Dallas County that you have to wear a mask everywhere, a lot of people still wasn't wearing the masks. Now, I agree. If you're in a store, yes, but if you're just walking through your neighborhood, walking your dog, I don't see the point of wearing one.
If you're like, say, 2 feet apart, you should wear one. If you're 6 feet apart, no. Or let's say 6 to 10 feet apart, you shouldn't have to wear one.
Now, one good thing that I am glad that Clay Jenkins said that we can do here in Dallas is if you don't have the cloth mask, you can wrap a towel around your face or you can use a bandana. So I've been using a bandana because those damn cloth masks make me sweat like a freaking bullet.
Don't lie, redneck. You've been wearing your G-string around your face.
Yeah, okay, Odin. Let me know when I get one of those.
We know you got one.
Is that true, Redneck?
You know it's not true. Would you? Okay, my fat ass wearing a G-string, I'd be looking like one of those sumo wrestlers with their big old diaper thing on. Let me give you a better
That's
visual.
nasty.
You wouldn't see the string. You wouldn't see the string part of it.
That's a nasty image.
Redneck, I seen what you look like. I didn't need a mental picture, man. Okay, who's farting in the mic? That's gross.
I think Doctor Who is.
No, that's not me. I have my mic muted.
Ain't me. I ain't been passing no wind. Smoking my pipe, drinking my Goldschlager.
It could be your chair moving around and Redneck. Or Hawkwind, sorry.
No, I'm sitting in a recliner.
That's probably what we're hearing.
Sure, that's about all I can sit in.
Is your kid still doing homeschooling?
Yes, she is.
So will she be ahead a year or will she be behind a year?
She'll end up being ahead because most of these kids are not allowed to, because of the circumstances. A lot of them are going to be having to do summer school. I can't imagine forcing an entire grade to do summer school over again just to finish a couple of months.
I think they should offer homeschooling to fill up those couple of months, you know?
Some
Now,
of
from
them
what
are. Some schools are.
Now, from what I understand, the whole entire school year has been eradicated as if it never even happened. So even if you had, 7 months of the school year already accomplished, they completely wiped it out, and you had to completely repeat next year.
Not everybody. There are some bigger districts like Dallas and Fort Worth and Houston. They're offering distance learning, which is about the same thing as homeschooling, except with a teacher from a centralized location.
Ah, okay.
You seen that Zoom application? Almost everybody's using that for classes or meeting with their church or stuff like that. They've blown up real big since quarantine started.
Yeah, I even had a meeting with my bank today, and it was online. Hey, Owen, you like my French tickler up top?
Oh, that little spike up there?
Yeah.
I was about to ask if that was a mohawk on that pickle.
Better be careful. 10th man might eat us.
Don't get Paige B in here. Shit, she'll be all over that shit. She knows how to work that pickle over.
You notice how quick Anon changed that picture?
Pretty fast, eh?
Have y'all seen her topless yet?
Yeah, really. Who hasn't?
Yeah, I've seen still shots.
Hey, do I kind of look like a certain salty shit pants? Shitty panties?
No.
Kind of look like a potato that has some mold on the outside.
AB, it's called Snap Camera. Wondering what kind of program it was.
I haven't seen Salty Rant in a long time. Thought I'd get that son of a bitch up in here.
I'll
He's
see.
a,
I'll see if I can get him. He's here somewhere.
he's a coward. He ain't gonna come on here.
Oh, great! There's the elongated neck. Whoop. Elongated neck Kermit.
As long as it don't look like it's giving head, we're okay.
I need a cigarette in my mouth.
Or a joint.
Hey, Hawkwind, have you ever seen the video of the song "Hurt" by Johnny Cash?
I sure haven't.
What?
Okay, look up "Hurt" by Johnny Cash featuring Kermit the Frog, and imagine Tammy Lin as Rolf the dog and Kermit as Lou Stefano.
Hey, quit picking on Tammy. He's gonna win millions.
How's he
Yeah,
gonna
okay,
win
we
millions?
believe.
How is Tammy Lynn gonna win millions? Hell, he can't win a fucking lottery ticket.
By that fake arrest or false arrest you got.
Hawkwind, you didn't see that when he was at the Pennsylvania State Capitol?
Not all. I saw that, yes, but I didn't. I don't think he's gonna win millions off of that.
He's gonna win.
But that's what Odin's talking about. He's going to win millions off of.
Has he already filed an 1983 lawsuit?
I don't know. He's just gonna win.
Ain't
Has
on
he
you know,
filed
damn
counter
well that Kermit the Frog scared the shit out of me.
Has he filed his counter charges against a police officer for false arrest yet?
Don't make me lie to you.
Until he reacts to it and files counter charges, he ain't gonna get nothing.
He's gonna win.
Now, Odin, let me ask you this. Is there a statute of limitations on how long he has to file against that cop?
I don't know. I just know he's gonna win millions.
In most states, you have, well, at least in Texas, you have 10 business days to file counter charges against someone who files an allegation against you. Once that 10 days goes by, you're just shit out of luck. You have to answer your own the charges that were made against you. Every time I get a ticket, first thing I do is file counter charges against the cop.
Well, this happened up in Pennsylvania. I don't know how their laws are with that. And Odin, what the hell is that?
A frog.
And that is the ugliest damn frog I've ever seen.
Damn, man, on Alabama Black Snake. There you go, buddy. Now we get Paige in here.
Oh, damn it, I wish I could have kind of screenshotted the Odin hat.
There you go.
See, now the mouth was open. It looked like he was giving head.
Anon, you should give Odin a copyright strike for taking your Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, you got a watermark on that, Odin?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking. So you know I'm going to blow it up and look at it real close, right?
You know, it's called the Lou watermark. You have to go to the Lou and find it.
Oh, yeah, we know that holds water.
We must be boring. Everybody's leaving.
No, really? Are they going? Where are they going? Where's everyone going?
Probably making
Let's
them
get a
hungry.
couple more people up on this panel.
Well, I think Anon just offended the vegans.
Oh hell, how terrible! Sitting looking at people's comments right now.
So he lost his job for sure. I mean, or is he just dismissed? The cop.
According to the video that I saw, he said that he's on administrative leave pending termination. Something to that effect.
So, Odin, what do you think of the whole thing?
I think the cops shouldn't be fired. He should be recommended. Because if he did it on a job, he wasted company time, blah, blah, blah. But not fire over him using his free speech.
Right, there would have been other better ways for them to handle that than the way they're doing it. But they're doing it probably to make. How can you say that? They're making
Political statement.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to make a statement out of him. So if any other cop does it, this is going to be your punishment.
Or make an example out of him.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Example.
Because I don't think the police chief's offended. I haven't heard nothing on if the mayor's offended, but it sounds like the governor of Washington is offended.
Yeah, because they said he's defying the order from the governor's office.
Yep.
Anyone got the link to that? Because I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that original video yet.
You talking about the one where he's in his police car doing the video?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's talking about the social distancing stuff.
I don't have a link to it, but I could do some homework and try to get it for you.
That'll work. Man, that's a nasty looking steak.
A cop went hands on with Jeff. No, I didn't hear that.
Huh?
Did Jeff steal the cop's donut?
Yeah, I heard about that clash. It came up on my notifications on YouTube. They were outside of a prison thing, and he got in a. I think it was a deputy that went hands on him.
Oh, damn. Hope he's okay.
Did that happen today, Hawk?
He was just on a live stream on 10 Guys.
Oh, okay. So he was out walking around or doing an audit on 10th Man's live stream.
That's it. That's the one.
See, if he'd have done it on his own thing, he wouldn't have got touched. Since he was on 10th of a Man live stream, he got touched. Hey, redneck, I'm going to feed you to my cats.
Odin, wrong person. If you're going to feed me to your cat, put Carol Baskin's face up there.
No, I'm going to feed you to my cats.
Well, Odin, I don't think he's allowed to have any big cats in the Carswell Air Force Base Medical Center in Fort Worth right now.
Oh, why is that?
You didn't hear he's contracted COVID-19 while he was in prison.
Oh, damn.
And last time I heard, about a week or so ago, he was at Carswell Medical Center in Fort Worth.
Odin,
Roy Horn died.
Check the private message, Odin.
Roy Horn from Siegfried and Roy died from COVID.
To bit you. I won't be able to play audio here. Can you play it, Anon?
I think I can. Yeah, just let me try it. Hold on.
Hawk, I heard about Roy Horn dying, but I didn't know he died from COVID.
Oh yeah.
There was a guy up in New York. He was the first one in New York that didn't die. He made it through it. Hey, Beanie.
Well, I think they
Really?
handled this whole COVID thing wrong.
Okay, we're going back to the cop thing. Okay, go ahead.
God damn it, who let Slacker in here? Holy shit.
Video. I've been in law 10 years,
Hey, Slacker.
and I'm speaking to my peers, other fellow officers, people in any kind of law enforcement position. I've seen officers nationwide enforcing tyrannical orders against the people, and I'm hoping it's the minority of officers, but I'm not sure anymore, because every time I turn on the television, every time I look to the internet, I'm seeing people arrested or cited for going to church, for traveling on the roadways, for going surfing, opening their businesses, going to the park with their families, or doing nails out of their own house, using their own house as a place of business, and having undercover agents go there and arrest them and charge them with what? With a crime? I don't know what crime people are committing by doing nails in their own house, but we're seeing this more and more and more, and we need to start looking at ourselves as officers and thinking, is what I'm doing right? Now, I want to remind you that regardless of where you stand on the coronavirus, we don't have the authority to do those things to people just because a mayor or a governor tells you otherwise. I don't care if it's your sergeant or your chief of police. We don't get to violate people's constitutional rights because somebody in our chain of command tells us otherwise. It's not how this country works. Those are de facto arrests. You know, we're violating people's rights and taking money from them, or even worse, arresting them and depriving them of their freedom when they are exercising their constitutional rights. So let's talk about that. Let's read something right here off of the Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal. Among these, we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their power from the consent of the governed, meaning our power and any government official's power is derived from the people. Okay, we don't hold power over our citizens. It's contradictory to everything that our country stands for. And this is what I'm seeing. First Amendment rights, telling people they can't go to church, freedom of religion. Okay, telling people they can't protest, freedom of assembly. Fourth Amendment violations.
Hey, Slacker, come on up on panel, man. All right, you can go ahead and play it, Anon.
Okay. I heard you say something. I wasn't sure what you.
Illegal traffic stops to check for papers. What are you, the Gestapo? Is this 1930s Nazi Germany? You don't get to stop people unless you have reasonable suspicion or probable cause that they have committed a crime. And I know people that have personally been stopped saying, we want to see papers showing that you're essential.
David 2, copy a phone call.
That is not how our job works, okay? What really has been pissing me off lately is the fact that these officers that are going out here and enforcing these tyrannical orders, what they're doing is they're making my job and my safety, or they're putting my job and my safety at risk. Because what you're doing is you're widening the gap between public trust and law enforcement officers. And what that's going to do is it's going to, I mean, look at what's happened to law enforcement in the last 10 years. Less and less public trust. And more often than not, that is a result of isolated incidents that get blown out of proportion. They're not isolated anymore. They're happening every single day. And the thing that I want you guys to realize is that our power that we hold as law enforcement officers is nothing more than a facade. It's a badge and a gun. And people, you don't realize, if you haven't lived in anarchy, if you haven't seen combat, things can be stripped from people in a heartbeat. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that these actions are going to wake a sleeping giant, i.e. the American people. Okay. They are going to be put in a position where they won't have their rights trampled anymore. And us as law enforcement officers, we'll have our ability to enforce the law stripped from us in about 10 minutes. Okay. I think what is going to happen if this continues is we're going to see bloodshed in the streets. Okay. I don't want to see bloodshed in the streets on either side of this coin. I don't want to see fellow officers get injured or killed. And I certainly don't want to see citizens get injured or killed. And I promise you, most of you out there doing these tyrannical acts against our citizens, you're not ready for combat. You're not mentally or physically ready for combat in the first place. I promise you, you don't want to go through that. And I hope I never have to go through that again. You don't get to just say, well, I'm doing this because I was told to do so, or I'm following orders, or I need to keep this job. Guess what? I need to keep this job more than anybody. I have 3 young children. I have 2 houses. Like,
no, your sound went
I have the
out.
same sob story that the rest of you guys have. But my personal choices and my living arrangements, no matter what they are, don't allow me to trample on people's rights. And I don't understand why that concept is so hard for people to understand. Listen, you need to stand up for what's right. You need to, if you're part of a department or an agency that is asking people or asking their officers or their deputies to impose on people's rights and infringe on their freedoms, you need to step up and say, no, that's not me. That's not what I signed up for. And that's going against my oath. And if that costs you your job, so be it. At least you'll be able to look at yourself in the mirror at night. I've already expressed this to my department. And luckily for me, I come from a department that I feel like my chain of command shares my view, but I don't care what department you're part of or what your chain of command thinks. You don't get to trample on people's liberty. And so, as a special operations veteran, I've fought on the streets of Iraq under the U.S. government's guise of freedom. And I'm telling you what, the American people are going to you are going to wake a sleeping giant, and they are going to fight 10 times harder for their freedom on their soil than anything you've ever seen before. And if that's something you're willing to face, then keep trampling on people's rights. But I promise you, the American spirit of defiance is going to rise again, and it's going to be a big problem for our country. So I'll leave you with this, something that I learned as an E-nothing in the Army. No matter what situation you're put in, if you look inside yourself and ask yourself one question, am I doing the right thing? You ask yourself that, you know the answer. And no amount of money or no order or law or anything should be able to make you go against doing the right thing. So I'm imploring officers to look inside themselves and ask themselves, is this what I want to be doing to my citizens? And I think the answer is clear. And if we all stand up together, guess what? It'll be a non-issue, no factor, because people in law enforcement will be united like we should be.
So that was the video you were looking for, Hawkwind.
Well, I can see why he got upset.
He should have asked his patrol officer, his commanding officer, before posting it if it was okay, because he was in uniform. Did he break policy? Probably. I do agree with parts of it, not all of it.
Okay, what parts do you not agree with?
Should officers enforce orders? Yes, up until a point. Say, hey, put your mask on, please, and just let it go there instead of, oh, we got to find you now. Say, hey, put your mask on and let it go instead of arresting people.
But again, that's a guideline. That's not a law.
Yeah, that's why you can't really force it.
Yeah, I don't have much of a problem with what he posted. If more cops took their job in that way, we wouldn't have such a distrust between us and them right now.
I think social media isn't helping that gap either.
I'm not sure about if it's social media's problem, but I do know that people like companies like Facebook are actively causing issues. You know, like if you try to set up a page to plan a protest, they'll take it down and real quick because it's misinformation. How's it misinformation to plan a protest that you want to be able to work for a living?
Well, you won't be able to work for a living if you catch the ailment, the disease, the virus, whatever the hell they want to call it, if you're dead, too. So they're trying to protect the greater good by saying, hey, stay your happy ass home and not go to work and get a virus. There's two sides of the coin that you got to look at.
Okay, they did that when they set out their guidelines, but beyond that, they have no authority to tell people that they can't work. That violates the people's right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. I mean, if they want to continue to work, that's on them.
If one person continues to work, he goes visit you. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying is that the governor already gave us guidelines. Beyond that, you have to look at people's personal responsibility.
Yeah, and not a lot of people have personal responsibility either.
Okay, Hawkwind, I want to make sure I understood what you said earlier. You say that Facebook, if you decide to create a protest, Facebook is not allowing you to post on there the details of your protest? Like
That's
when it's
correct.
going to be?
That's correct. They've been taking down those pages saying that it's misinformation.
Well, let's bring
Well,
it.
I wonder.
Let's go back to the officer.
Well, Hawkwind, I wonder if any of that is also partially influenced by what happened here in Dallas back in 2016.
There ain't no telling.
Quit getting sidetracked. Back to the officer.
No.
Like what Sasquatch said, he was acting as an officer should on duty.
I agree with that statement.
I do too. He's to be honest with you, I've never seen any I've never seen any agency that had a problem with someone expressing their opinions on video. He wasn't being derogatory toward the police agency in particular. He just said he disagreed with the tactics that were going on.
Could he have got fired because of political belief? Because while they're in uniform, they cannot show their political belief or political whatever.
I think that might be what the governor's trying to get him fired for.
Well, how does that hold water? Because I'll give you an example. Say there's kids in a playground, and they're playing in the playground, and that cop is on duty, and he goes to them and gives them stickers and does this and does that and something else. Is that breaking that policy? Is he allowed to do that? No, because it doesn't seem like he's dissing the bad cops. He's doing what he should do as a good cop.
It's not showing it's not showing a political party what he's affiliated with and his personal belief on it.
Well,
Okay, just going back basically about this cop, and this is just speculation. I don't know what the political views are of the current Washington governor, but let's just say that he is anti-Constitution, anti-First Amendment, all that stuff, and this cop's saying, hey, you need to honor your oath and do the right thing and all that other stuff. Well, that's kind of going against that governor's political view.
Yeah, if it's political, yeah, you're right. But should he stop and give kids stickers and while he's on duty? Are you paying him to do that? Stop at a playground and give kids stickers and show them the car and do that kind of thing?
If you ask me, I think that's good community police officer policing myself. You're getting to know your community and your beat and the people that live in your patrol area.
I agree with that.
So then, say you have a shooting or a homicide, then you potentially have more witnesses that are willing to work with the police because the police are, being that neighborhood cop giving kids stickers, or say there's a domestic violence thing, they give them a teddy bear out of the trunk of the police car or whatever.
Yeah, it's sort of sticky. I mean, he's given his opinions. He's not actually dissing a certain department or anything like that in the video. Not that I see.
Me personally, I think he should have been recommended.
You mean reprimanded, Odin?
Yes, reprimand. Mr. English teacher.
Mr. Ivy.
Well, on my end, it sounded like you're saying recommended.
Well, that's what I said, but hit me as a me, not as I say, damn it.
Yeah, redneck's good at spelling. I be poofing.
Damn it, Avon, you're never going to let me let that shit down, are you, fucker?
Did you just make him blush?
So do you think what he done, like Clash asked, he said it's okay in society and cops, it's spanning the gap, but do you think that video had made the gap closer or gap further? Do you think police officers that actually seen that video are going to take that video to the heart, or they're just going to follow orders and do as they're told?
I think that comes down to the, I guess you could say, integrity of the officer. I mean,
go ahead. Sorry, Renee.
Go ahead, Odin.
I hope the officer meant well. And maybe some of the cops will learn, hey, we need to have a heart while we're on duty and not deal with just go out and run roughshod over the people. Just say, hey, could you please put on a mask to protect everybody else around you.
Okay, it's my personal belief, but I think if more active police officers saw that video and took to heart the message he was giving out in that video, it would greatly shrink the gap of hatred between police officers and the general public.
It probably will to a point. Then it could force them the other way too.
Well, I guess we'll find out in a little while, in a few days or whatever, if he gets fired for sure or not. I don't think he should be fired. I think he should be disciplined, but I don't think he should lose your job over that, really. But you are working for the government, so I've seen people do stuff not quite as bad and get fired for that. So
now,
And
here's a
hold
detail.
Redneck, hold on. And to Beware Mouse, I'm the one that timed him out. I'm the one that hit him. I don't support him, and if it comes to the panel, he'll be banned. He has everybody else banned, blocked from his channel, so thus for he shall be. All right, go ahead, Redneck.
I know we'll never see this, or I don't even know if there's a possible way to even see this, but I would like to know if they got him on a policy violation, what policy violation? Being on social media while you're on active duty, showing the inside of your patrol car and your potential weapons inside the car. I want to know what policy he might have violated.
So I'm a Canadian, so I really ain't sure. So someone mentioned to me about FEMA. So is FEMA rolling the roost down your guys' way or not? As in laws, like they do up here with the Canada Health Regency or whatever. There's guidelines and laws with this here COVID and all this other stuff going on.
Well, I don't know if FEMA's having a big part of it, but I know that CDC is making all their recommendations.
So would he be breaking any laws with FEMA by, I don't know. I'm not sure. So it's like I say, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in a few days. Oh, okay, JJ.
I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot more people standing up saying, quit this shit, let's get back to work. Because there's a lot of people suffering over this, and, you know, there's no definitive evidence that these people getting back to work would make this a bigger problem than it already is.
There actually is studies out there that's showing the curve is going down with all the people getting affected. Do I believe a lot of governors are releasing some counties in their areas to go down?
If y'all don't mind, I'd like to make one more statement about this officer video. If this officer chooses not to either move out of the state of Washington and become a police officer somewhere else, I think he should take his video and do like speaking engagements at different police departments around, the country, like a tour type of thing, showing this video and helping other police departments out.
I can tell you what this cop's biggest sin was, and that he knows the limit of his authority, and he acts within the limit of that authority, and that's what's pissing off his bosses, is that he's not willing to stick his neck out and just beat the shit out of people simply because they don't have a mask.
Hey, non-tense man. Whoops.
Oh, Jesus, sit down, stay a while.
It's the cut up thumbnail, 10th man.
and speak.
This troll game, it's weak.
Well, I do know this. We're going to see a lot more of the stuff that's been going on, like here in Texas with that hair salon and the badass steakhouse, or the ice house, I'm sorry. We're going to see a lot more of that with people struggling up their doors in refusal to obey that quarantine. You saw what happened at the badass steakhouse. You had OCT down there.
Have a good one, Alex.
You also noticed that you did not have that sheriff's department show up like they threatened to do to cut off her business.
Odin, I think I know why Alex is saying goodbye.
Oh, because turd below me. It's
Yep.
not 10th man. It's not 10th man.
I know there's a good chunk of us that know that, but I don't think everybody knows that. Just lost Clash.
Have a good one, Clash.
Odin, how many current viewers are you down to in this panel?
What's that?
How many viewers is it showing that you currently have watching this panel?
16.
If the cat speak, Kim J says, "Hey, Kim J."
Clash, it's not 10th man. Huck, we're going to put duct tape on your fingers so you stay here.
Do what?
You keep crashing out.
Yeah, I'm not logged into Streamlabs like I probably should be. I think it's a Streamlabs thing. I should log in, but I'm just too lazy to.
Okay, Redneck, I need your credit card. I gotta pay my phone bill.
Hey, Andrew, since you like to time out the trolls, here you go.
Oh, Odin, you're going to catch hell for that shit.
It's a private entity. He doesn't have free speech in a private entity. Even though they...
Odin, I hope you never show up in one of his live stream panels again.
Goddamn Odin.
Gosh, says later, you asshole. Now maybe saying your 10th man is painting a target on your chest.
Hey, Andrew.
Here comes the porn.
Andrew, light his ass up.
See, I can do this.
But I, me, me, I, me.
I.
No, that was Sir Odin. I've timed you out plenty of times.
Yeah, fucker. And as the auditors say, it's a private entity, so your First Amendment rights don't apply here.
Okay, no, Odin, it's not a private entity. It's a private platform.
Okay, private platform. You correct me. Go to the basement.
I want to ask him a serious question.
Hey, look, when he did Tiffman the other day, I was cracking up so hard. No, the reason I was listening, but then I saw this 10th man show up. The same one's been showing up in my streams. I was looking for if I can get him to talk.
He gets boring to talk to.
Hey,
I wanna-
Andrew, I got a question for you.
I don't answer questions. I'm sorry.
Do you have a problem with your
I don't answer questions.
follow
I'm sorry.
video?
Hello. And if that's your real picture, nice.
Well, if that's her real picture, hang on.
I'm about to say, Dulcie certainly got it going on.
Hey, what's up? I better look at him.
Yeah, no, he ain't. He's in the basement.
Just kick that guy.
That was fucked up. That was a cock block from hell right there. That was good shit. That was good shit. Oh, that was good shit. Odin, sometimes you're an all right dude. You know that? Sometimes. And don't let it go to your head.
You're all right,
Okay,
buddy.
Andrew, I want to try to make this in the form of a statement, okay?
I don't answer questions.
It's not a fucking question, it's a damn statement.
You already said it was a question. You already fucked up.
Just ask the question.
Damn it. Andrew, we was talking about a serious subject a while ago about that cop getting fired or potentially getting fired.
Okay.
Do you have a problem with Odin screen sharing your follow-up video of him talking about the video post
Absolutely not.
being a
Odin's more than welcome to share it.
You'll have to share. I can't do audio on this browser.
Oh hell, you want me to open my laptop and get it going?
Or non can.
I can grab it. Where's it at? Where's it at?
On my channel.
Which
Okay.
one of the 20?
There's 157 of them. Fuck off, Odin.
I'll grab
Am
it.
I going to the basement again?
No,
Oh, they're out of good.
Odin, you're going to hell, dude.
I'm going with him, so.
Yeah, at least
Because
You
I
got
think
Zane on?
that's a good follow-up video because we just saw the initial video that cop made in his patrol car.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch the follow up then.
Yeah, at least Andrew isn't salty shitty panties.
But I still want to say I'm better looking than Odin.
Yeah, in the basement again.
Odin ain't right.
It gets bigger boobs than most women I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
Odin, Andrew, which one of y'all driving the bus to hell right now, or are y'all fighting over the steering wheel?
All right, you ready?
Yeah, as soon as you share it. Andrew beats up a horn, so the steering wheel won't allow him to drive.
I see your ID. I'm asking for an ID.
So, this is a call to action. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When we do find a good cop, we've got to lift them up. We've got to give them that deserved pat on the back. A good cop is far few in between. But this one that I'm about to show you, I believe is a good cop. And I'm calling for help. I am in the process of getting in contact with this guy. When I get in contact with him, I will be opening up a donation spot.
Oh, my bad.
Guys, this is when we need to stand together. Stand for someone. Help thy neighbor. This cop out a video on social media. I did a video on it. And he got in trouble for it. For a good sound video. A truthful video. A video that had meaning and had a powerful word behind it. And he's getting scrutinized and a lot of trouble for it. Here's another one of his videos that he just posted. I don't know how long ago it was posted, but anyway, I want this to go viral. I want this message to get out there. I want both videos to be seen, and I want to pull together as a nation and help this man out. He has a lot of respect for me. All right, guys, here's the video.
Hey, what's up, guys? So I just kind of wanted to take a couple minutes, get everybody caught up to speed on what's going on in my life. I've been getting a lot of questions, and figured I'd just make a second video and answer some of the things that I've been receiving. I first wanted to say I'm humbled by the response that my video got. It's been viewed millions and millions of times. People all over the country have been calling me, texting me, sending me emails, comments, and the overwhelming majority of it has been positive. And so I think that's pretty cool, because my whole thought process on making that video was trying to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the public. And I've seen both sides with open arms willing to embrace that. And I think that's a step in the right direction. So that's pretty cool. One thing that I've seen come up over and over in the comments, and I've been an email sent to me, is, are you going to get in trouble? What happened to you? Or is there any discipline or any discipline taking place? And so I figured I'd take a chance and give you a little synopsis of the last 3 days of my life after posting that video. So I posted the video on Tuesday, was it May 5th? And it took it took a day or two before it really started getting a lot of traction. But the next morning when I woke up on the 6th, I think it was only at a few thousand views. And I had received a message from my command saying, wow, Greg, what a powerful message. We agree with that 100%. Well done. And that was actually a relief for me, because I was like, great. I know that it's risky putting something out like that, but I felt like it was so grounded in integrity and liberty that no one would have an issue with it. So that was a relief. And then fast forward 3 hours later, I get another phone call from my command, and it said, hey Greg, the video's up to 400,000 views. It's time to pull the plug on this thing. And I immediately, it kind of caught me off guard, because I said, why would we want to pull the plug on something that was already acknowledged as a good and powerful message from one law enforcement officer to others? And I said, yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me. I think maybe we should embrace this message and we should share this with other officers. And he said, listen, it's not up to me. I have been directed to tell you to take the video down, and I need to know if you're going to take the video down. And I said, no, I can't take the video down, because if you listen to my first video, the whole message that I was trying to share with people and impart on them is, if you believe in something in your heart, you have to stand by that conviction, even if it costs you everything. And like I said last time, I have 3 little kids. I have this house. I have another house. I cannot afford to lose my job. But after putting that message out there and sharing that with America, and it was so well received, I can't then just say, even though that's what I believe, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to retract my words, and I'm going to allow my command to prevent me from sharing my heart and my truth. And I said, so with that in mind, sir, I can't take the video down. And, I didn't know where this was going to go. And I immediately started thinking about, what are they going to try and gig me on? What did I do wrong? What policy did I violate? And I got called back a couple hours later, and by this time, it was skyrocketing. Everyone in the agency was seeing it. Cops from when I was an officer down in Los Angeles, they were contacting me. I got a call and I said, listen, the video needs to be taken down right now, and you need to accept a letter of reprimand. Or we're going to take a very different approach to this if you say no again. Well, I'd already put myself on that hill, and I had to be willing to die on that hill. They said they determined the video was a violation of policy, and that if I wouldn't take it down, that allegations would be made against me, and so on and so on. And so I told them, no, I'm not going to take it down. You do what you need to do. But the principle of it is rooted in truth, and it was a positive message that was received by millions and millions of people. If you want me to take it down, I have to respectfully refuse. And it was interesting because they kept citing different policies, like, oh, it was the social media policy, or some of your equipment may have been identifiable. And that kind of seemed like a moot point to me. And it was strange because why was the message okay at 5 a.m. and then 3 hours later, there was a problem with it? And so I was later contacted by the chief of police. He's someone that I have great respect for. He's a good man to work for. And he's the one that shot me straight. And he said, Greg, if you openly defy your governor, you can't be a police officer in the state of Washington. And I told him, I said, you know what? I can respect that. And if I were in your office, I would shake your hand and respectfully disagree and say, maybe I'm not meant to be a police officer in the state of Washington then. And here's my thoughts on that, okay? You have to do your research. You have to figure out what your true north is, what your truth is, and where you stand on issues. For me personally, I believe that the Constitution supersedes all other documents, all other laws. There's case law supporting that. If you look at Marbury versus Madison, 1803, it says any future laws created that are repugnant, meaning in conflict with the Constitution, are null and void. So when I look at how I feel comfortable enforcing the law, and I see people exercising constitutional rights, it doesn't matter if there's different executive orders, requests from mayors, requests from governors. To me, the Constitution supersedes that, and I'm going to stand with the people. Well, unfortunately, higher up in all agencies, there's a political game being played, and now I am on a administrative leave status pending termination. I was told by both the agency and the union that I was asked to take it down, and I refused. So that's refusing a direct order. It's an insubordination charge, and it will result in me ultimately being let go from the agency. And I said, you know what? If that's what you guys have to do, if that video is so bad that you want to take my career from me and you want to leave my, potentially take my ability away to provide for my family because of that video, do it. Because I'm going to stand by my convictions, just like I said in my last video. So yeah, it's weird, how fast your life can change in a week. It's something that I never thought would happen. I never thought that I would make a video that would resonate with millions of people. But, my head is held high. I'm not intimidated or upset by how this played out. Like I said in my last video, man, I fought in the streets of Ramadi during 2004 and 2005. I came to terms long ago that my convictions and my beliefs may cost me everything up into my life. And even though it's 15 years later and I'm a police officer in Seattle, Washington, that truth still remains for me. So I don't have an option to back down or feel sorry for myself or give in and say, you know what, I got kids and I think I'm just going to take the letter. No, if they want to do me like this for standing up for liberty, they can do that. I'll leave you guys with this. It's on to the new adventure for me. I've been doing different things my whole life, and I'm actually excited, to tell you the truth. If you know of anyone accepting resumes, hit me up because I might need it in the near future. But, I've always wanted to circumnavigate the globe on a sailboat. So maybe it's time to chase that dream. Anyways, I appreciate all the support, guys. Take care.
Okay, I can say one thing. I want to see what the take is from his higher up. Exactly what did he violate that deserves termination?
So Lester Hart said that they've already like 4 people got GoFundMe accounts for him, and where are they going to send that money to? Have they got in contact with this guy, or are they just raising money just to just curiosity?
There's already 4 out. Wouldn't that be fraud?
That's kind of what I'm looking at.
Because if they don't know who his real name is, where he lives, how are they
Right.
going to send him the money?
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I plan on starting some kind of fund for him once I get in contact with him, but I haven't got in contact with him.
Andrew, don't take this the wrong way. I'd allow him to set it up. That way it doesn't go.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I don't want no part of it. I want no part, no access. Absolutely, Odin. I just want to push a link.
Yep. That way you can't get accused of dipping your hands into the cookie jar.
Yeah, I don't want my name on any of it. I just want to push a link for him. But you always see me out there, cussing out the cops. Well, I want to show people that when a good one does stand, I'll stand with them.
I think he has a good grounds for lawsuit. No doubt about that.
It depends on the policy, though.
Yeah. Oh, where's my wrench at? Fuck Beaver. Where's my wrench at?
Where's your wrench, Beaver?
Fuck Beaver. Where's my wrench?
There's your
about
wrench, Beaver.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Yeah, you got one.
Did you time me out again? You asshole.
No, he didn't time you.
Oh, I'm not a mod either. Liar.
No, Beaver got a wrench. Just not the way you want it. You got a wrench. You got
I got one earlier.
Yeah, you just didn't get it the way you wanted.
That's funny. Fuck you. Can I have one for I can do it to Beaver when he comes back?
Okay.
You just time me out. You did too. You saw your sucker. I know you did. I'm only going to type.
There you go.
Oh, 11th man's here.
Well, he's in the corner with Andrew. I guess they're spooning.
We're making out over here. Come here, Beaver. I can be some Beaver.
All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to end the broadcast. It's an hour and 18 minutes.
Oh, so when I get on here, you'll end it, huh?
Well, yeah, because you're boring as fuck.
Yeah, who did you tell people ago I was 10th man?
I didn't tell anybody in the chat here you were 10th fan.
Clash in Canada said you did.
Not here.
Oh, so you... no.
Not here.
I'm the farthest away from 10th man.
I don't know. You get kind of close.
Come on now. Oh, you see this? There ain't nothing close about it.
What? Can't hear you in the basement. All right.
Don't be Jelly Odin.
What, are your pink skin? You need a tan, man.
You leave. Oh, I'm even pink. Am I pink looking?
Yeah, you
ain't
pink.
pink.
You pink.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You pink.
Yeah, you do got a little bit of a pink hue to you.
It's because I want Odin. All Odin's pink little name tags up here are pink.
Oh, you're so cute, pink.
I'm cute and pink. You're damn right. I'm cute no matter what.
Well, Andrew, thanks for allowing Odin to play that video here.
Yeah, I don't mind people sharing stuff like that. Not at all. That video shouldn't be monetized. It wasn't monetized. No, I didn't see no commercials. That video shouldn't even be monetized on my channel.
All right. Well, I'm gonna close her down. See y'all on Discord.
Later.
All right. See y'all later.
All right. Not
No,
now, maybe
good
later,
one.
guys. Bucko, not now, maybe later.
And don't worry about not now, maybe later. You pinhead. He likes the basement awful lot.
All right, I'll leave first.